Steven Correño right here with Jamel, world champion Jamel Herring. Tell me, man, how has life changed since winning the belt, becoming the champ, all that?
Oh, it's been great, man. For the most part, I'm just happy of getting the respect that I've been, fighting for my whole career. But overall, it's been great. The fans been really, respectful. They've been supportive as well, very supportive. And I'm just happy, man. I'm just in a good place right now.
That's awesome, man. You're obviously a U.S. veteran. I feel like I don't even know if there has been a champion who's been a veteran, at least for a while.
It's been, I believe, since 1982 was at least the last Marine that was a world champion. That was Michael Dokes back.
Michael Dokes. That's right.
Last world champion.
Man. So, what kind of, I guess, different attention have you been getting, kind of with being that you are?
It's been a great. Like I said, in terms of the whole, being a military and veteran, there's been a lot more morale, within the troops throughout all branches. You know what I mean? So it's just great. Giving people that sense of hope, and they're just motivated to do great things with their own lives. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're at 130. A lot of kind of up and coming guys like Shakur Stevenson's around there. Lomachenko obviously kind of flirts with 135, 130. What's kind of your goal? Are you got any mandatories to take care of? Are you unification? What are you looking at?
Yeah, right now I got a mandatory to take care of Lamont Roach, who I've known for over a decade. Good fighter over there with Golden Boy, who has a great team as well. But like I said, my main goal, of course, is always unify. We try to get a unification with Miguel Burchell, but that had fell through a couple times in the past. 2 months since I've been 2-3 months since I've been champion. But like I said, there's still a lot more opportunities out there. I've heard Carl Frampton mention my name as well, so that's a good fight because he brings a whole country with him.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of respect for Carl. Carl's a stand-up guy, real classy guy. But this fight's to be made. I just have to basically take care of my business first in November, and we'll go from there.
You mentioned Burchell. That'd be a great fight. Obviously, you guys are both top ranked. So I feel like, I feel like that should be kind of easy to. I don't know. You're making a face. Maybe it isn't. I don't know. You tell me.
I thought, like I said, if you see my last fight, he got in the ring. He basically called for unification. Me being a Marine, I had no problem doing that. Especially I'm a world champion now. So it's at one point in your career you want to prove, that you're the best out there. So why not go face off with other world champions instead of just? I never want to be the world champion just to hold on to a belt. That's just not me. I'd rather challenge myself, push myself. But we tried to make a deal, and what I kept getting back from top ranks was his team. They didn't want to fight, so it looks like he'll be fighting against Oscar Valdez, who moved up. Another one, like I said, is moving up. That's going to be great for the division. Like I said, there's a lot of action in the division. Everybody just needs to come together and make the fights happen. But I have nothing bad against Burchell. I took it as he did a business move first. But like I said, we'll see what happens in the future. But right now I got to focus on my mandatory. Like I said, Lamont Roach, and maybe after that, like I said, a Frampton fight will come, and hopefully we can bring that to the Garden because the UK crowd comes out to New York strong, and I'm from New York, so that's what I'm looking at right now anyway.
Yeah, that sounds like a big fight. Even if Burchell fights Valdez, who will winner of that fight, be a big fight.
That's a good fight for me as a fan to watch. So what I mean. Like I said, I'm always for the sport. Whatever helps the sport grow and brings an audience, I'm all for it. So like I said, the best of luck to Oscar Valdez and Miguel Burchell and their future, their future date. But like I said, right now I just focus on me and just continue winning.
Yeah, man, just keep winning. They can't avoid you forever, right?
Exactly.
Just want to get your take on some boxing news. We thought Andy Ruiz versus Anthony Joshua was going to be in Saudi Arabia. Ruiz seems to be saying something different. But regardless, what do you think about that first fight, and how does that rematch play out?
Oh, I was there. I was doing my little victory lap, so I had to go home to New York, and that's when it stopped. So I was there, and I wasn't actually too shocked because, like I said, this is boxing, and I always knew Andy Ruiz, he can box. Like, a lot of people say even his own blemish is kind of a toss-up. He could have easily, had a decision overturned as well. But I think I was more surprised with the way Joshua looked. He just looked like he was gassed out and tired. But I mean, as a fan, I want to see the rematch, and I hope it gets done soon. But as we all know, boxing boxing is business first. So hopefully they can get that deal done as soon as possible. But I'm kind of going back and forth with the rematch because, like I said, you know, because I've been there. When you feel it takes that defeat, you come back in two different ways. You can come back with a whole different sense of urgency, or you can kind of just, you know, be going on the downward. But I think Joshua wants to prove that, you know, he's still one of the best heavyweights out there. So I think he's gonna come strong. But like I said, Andy Ruiz on the other hand, he's more motivated. He's a world champion. He has multiple titles. So I think he's gonna prove that it wasn't a fluke, because that's the whole thing now going around. People trying to say it's a fluke, but I don't believe in flukes in boxing. So like I said, I think the man won the titles, you know, respectfully. He did what he had to do. But like I said, I want to see the rematch and hopefully it can get done soon.
What do you think? Because like you were saying, you think Anthony Joshua might have gotten tired. But I feel like also at the same time he knocked him down in the third round. You know what I mean? In the third round, I hope you would have trained at least for 9 minutes. You know what I mean? And then you go in there and then you get popped. So is it like a strategy difference? Obviously, he needs to be in better shape. I
think it's more of within the team. Like even with myself, I have a nutritionist, I have a strength coach. So like everything that you're doing that's not in front of behind the scenes, from out in front of the cameras, that plays the biggest role, you know, leading into the fight. So I don't, like I said, I'm not here to saying to slander him or anything like that, because I don't know. We don't know what happened, but it looks like, you know, he may need to bring in somebody in terms of like working on his conditioning and anything. Like I said, the power's there. He put Ruiz down. Ruiz got back up like a true champion and did what he had to do. But I believe you know, Anthony just looked a lot, you know, more tired and sluggish than he has done in the past. And we all seen it at one point in time that he did have stamina issues, but I think it really shows that he may need to bring somebody in for the next camp.
I didn't hear that. Your guy, well, Top Ranks guy, Tyson Fury is fighting September 14th. Potentially, it seems like if he and Wilder win this year, they're in collision course for the rematch in February next year, it sounds like. What are your thoughts on the first fight, and how does the second fight play out?
The first fight, like I said, I don't want to be biased, but I thought that Tyson, you know, did what he had to do to pull it out. I mean, Wilder, I was actually rooting for Wilder, to be honest. You know what I mean? Because like I said, Wilder's more. He's athletic. He has that one punch knockout power. But it was a good fight overall. Like, as a fan, I mean, I have no complaints. I enjoyed watching it. I'm definitely looking forward to the next one. I believe that Tyson right now has a more steadier path getting there, because as we know, we're hearing that Wilder could be fighting Ortiz again. And if we all remember that fight, it was kind of rough. It was rough. Yeah, it was rough. And I'm like, you know, Ortiz, you know, I believe he has that mental edge in his head where he's like, I almost had him the last time, so I know it's possible to get him the next time around. That's why he kept pushing for the rematch. So I think that fight is very dangerous. So we have to get past that fight before we can talk about the Fury Wilder too. But like I said, the heavyweight division, like I said, overall it's been good, and there's a lot of great fights to be made.
Yeah, man. Another division, real quickly, I want to get your take on the welterweight division. Manny Pacquiao looked phenomenal, beating Keith Thurman. Spence Porter's coming up. Obviously, Terence Crawford is the man that, you know, that side doesn't talk about too much. I don't know. What's your thoughts on the whole thing?
Like I said, that welterweight division, if you know your boxing, has always been the hottest division in boxing. Other than the heavyweight division, the welterweight division has, in like the last at least 3 decades, you know, has been one of the hottest divisions in boxing. And I think it just kind of messed up on the business side of things, where people can't come together and, you know, just make good fights. You know, those good fights will bring everyone money. Money will come in. You know, money's gonna come in with fights like that. But like I said, I want to, you know, bash, you know, promoters. Like I said, I've been on just about every side of the track. I've worked with Golden Boy. I've been with the PBC. I'm not with Top Rank, and I'm not here to like to bash anybody. But like I said, as a fan, you know, I know others as well as me would like to just see, you know, good fight, competitive matches being made. But like I said, Spence and Porter is a good fight. Errol was one of my teammates in 2012 Olympic team, so you know I still communicate. We're still close. Of course, Bud is my stablemate, so that's my brother as well. But like I said, at least for the most part, we heard Spence numerous times recently as well. You know, he says he wants to fight Terence Crawford, so I believe it's going to take the fighters to keep pushing, you know, their teams to make those fights. But like I said, right now, Spence got to take care of business. We all know Sean is a rugged fighter. You know, Sean seems motivated for this fight. Like he wants to prove that he's the best in the division. I believe Bud is coming back sometime, maybe a few weeks after our fight in November. So he's got to, you know, I know Bud's just basically staying busy, take care of business. But hopefully in 2020, all of us can get, you know, including myself, can get those big fights that, you know, to keep boxing alive and make the fans happy.
Definitely, man. Well, tell the fans where they can follow you and hopefully see the journey to unification and what you got going.
Oh yeah, man. I just want to say thank you to everyone out there supporting me through my ups and downs. I really appreciate that. I never forgot where I came from. But if for those who want to reach me, you can always find me at Jamel Herring on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and I'm a people person. You know, I'm a people's champ. That's how I look at it. And you reach out to me, I will sure enough get back to you.
Yeah, I appreciate you with the time today. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Best of luck. Thank you.